Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing another sit down, chilled out, I'm on the floor, I'm like not dressed up at all type of video. This one, I just saw it online like a few weeks ago. I know it's quite old, but like I never saw it before. Anyways, and I thought, because I get asked this question almost daily, why not film it for you guys? When I get asked in like a real life one-on-one scenario, I'm obviously not going to refer to this video, but I have to say it has been useful having certain online things that when I get asked a question, I'm like, there you go, there's an answer. Like I recently did a blog post on and I'll link it down below for you. So many people have been like, oh, so you're moving because you met someone. And I'm like, no, that is the last reason of why I'm moving. And I think even years ago on this YouTube channel, I mentioned that I was wanting to move to England. So it's just funny how that's the perception. But anyways, I guess when I get asked this in my Instagram DMs on the daily, I'm just gonna link to this video. So anyways, without further ado, you know what I'm getting into because you've obviously seen the title of this video. It is the mixed girl tag. So let's get into the first question. All right, question number one, what are you mixed with? So my mom's side of the family is from Grenada, and then my dad's side of the family is from Guyana. My dad's side of the family is Portuguese, but they were born in Guyana. And then my mom's side of the family, I think is just like Afro-Caribbean, I guess. I do know I'm pretty sure on my granddad's side, there's like people like from Welsh descent somewhere in there. I don't know if it's like his mom or his dad or what. And then on my grandmother's side, on my mom's side, I believe there's East Indian in there, but I don't know. Something that I want to sit down and do like a video with like people on my mom's side of the family, because I feel like I don't know as much about my mom's side of the family as I do my dad's side of the family, especially before I like take off and move, because I think it'll just be easier than trying to do it over the phone once I move. Question number two, what ethnicity have you often been mistaken for? I feel like I've been mistaken for everything. Like just this week someone had mistaken me for like white and like they're like, oh, you sure got a tan, and I was like, no, I didn't. But I've been mistaken for East Indian, I've been mistaken for not Asian, or was it Asian? I think I got mistaken for like Asian, but I think they thought like Filipino or something. I've been, yeah, Indian, Asian, white. A lot of people just think that I'm really tan sometimes. What else? Usually a lot of like African people think that I'm African and they'll start talking to me like in their language and I'm like, nope, don't understand you. Like just yesterday there was an Ethiopian lady who thought I was Ethiopian and I could see it. I get mixed up for Somalian all the time. I don't really see that one, but it happens quite often. Like even last time I was in London, the Somalian guy started talking to me in Somali and I was like, no, don't speak that. But yeah, that's probably it. Question number three, is your hair curly or straight? My hair is super curly. Because I straighten it so much, it is damaged and it doesn't curl that well. But when I was younger, it was like super tight ringlet curls. I didn't ever really wear it curly that often because my hair is not that thick. It's super fine and it's like thin. So I never got like a super nice, thick, curly hair. One of the girls that like I admire her hair the most that has curly hair is Ashley Bloomfield. I'll link to her down below, but she has like such gorgeous curly hair that if I had curly hair like that, I would have rocked my hair curly like that. But my hair definitely does not have that volume, therefore it just looked really shitty curly. Okay, question number four, was coming from different backgrounds challenging growing up? I don't think that the background aspect was challenging growing up because, again, even though my parents look very, very different, I'll see if I can find like an online picture and like insert it for you guys or something. They divorced when I was like 6, so I don't really have very many pictures of them together. But yeah, it wasn't necessarily challenging because of like their backgrounds or their culture. It was challenging because they came from 2 different faiths. And my dad had said something, and some people agree, some people don't. But I do agree to a certain extent. My dad had said once, like, there's 2 things that you can't change: your race and your religion. And although Michael Jackson changed his race, and although there are tons of people that convert to different religions, you know, I know some Muslim people who have converted to Christianity, but they still don't like to eat pork, even though that they have converted. Anyways, point being, my parents are both Christians, but they come from different denominations. And example, my mom doesn't eat pork and my dad is Portuguese and he eats pork. And so that was challenging because I remember growing up and like feeling guilty about eating bacon and stuff. And then kind of like getting it from my dad's side of the family where they'd be like, why aren't you eating bacon? Personally, I just don't, like, pork isn't really my meat of choice if I were to have one, so that's kind of where I'm at now. But I would say that was probably the most challenging thing. Things to do with their faith that made them who they are, not necessarily things that had to do with their culture. Okay, question number 5. Which backgrounds do you embrace the most? Again, because my parents are from very close proximity places, does that make sense? I think I can't really favor one or the other, but I think just because I grew up more of my life with my dad's side of the family, I think I probably favor my dad's side of the family a little bit more. Maybe not favor, but embrace. Not even embrace. I embrace both sides, but I probably am more aware of my dad's side more than my mom's. Question number 6. Have you ever been teased for being different? Yeah, not necessarily. I don't know. There was like other mixed kids. Well, there's 2 other mixed kids in my like grade, which is crazy because I feel like so many people nowadays, like, it's like interracial, I guess. But I didn't necessarily get teased for my culture or the way that I looked. The only person that I remember teasing me for the way that I looked was one of the other mixed kids, and he like looks like me, so it was a little bit surprising for it to come from him. And I can't remember what he said exactly, but we were playing soccer and it was like he had said, oh, I would rather date so and so over Nicole, and like started commenting about like my physicalities. But I don't know about tease. There's definitely moments where I could tell that my parents did things differently, and I think that more or less came down to like food, like the types of food we would bring for lunch and stuff. And I remember I just wanted to have like a plain sandwich with like white bread and like ham and cheese and lettuce, because that was like what all the other white kids had. And like then we had like leftover cook-up rice or things like that. So yeah, or like wanting like craft dinner, but my dad would make like, okay, like there's craft dinner, but my dad says elbows like for like the type of pasta, but like that type of macaroni and then beef and then like onions and peas and carrots in it. And I love it. It tastes so good. But I remember being like, can we just have like mac and cheese? Question number 7. Have you ever felt ashamed for being multiracial? I don't think I've necessarily felt ashamed, but I do think that when this whole team light skin, team dark skin thing popped up, I think that it ended up pinning people publicly towards one another, and just kind of brought light to an issue that was already there, but I definitely don't think that it needed a spotlight on that. I would never say team light skin or team dark skin, or if I have, I was probably like really young or anything like that. But there are some beautiful dark skinned people, and there are some beautiful light skinned people. I think at the end of the day, people identify with what they see like of themselves in others sometimes. And I think sometimes too, you want what you don't have or you can't have. So I don't know. I don't know if I've necessarily felt ashamed of the way that I like have looked or being multiracial. Maybe also because my parents come from similar places. So I don't know, it wasn't like they came from two really vastly different cultures, but they obviously physically look very different. Question number 8, do you feel that being mixed has its benefits? Yeah, but I don't like to glorify that. I don't like to really acknowledge that. I think it can be positive and negative on both sides. Like there's people that used to want to keep certain bloodlines pure and only married within their race. I think that's negative, but then at the same time I think it's negative being like mixed kids are better, mixed people are better, because one people doesn't trump the other. And the final question is question number 10. Any advice to someone who struggles with their multiracial identity? I think knowledge is power. I think the areas where I struggled a little bit, may it have been my hair, or I don't know, maybe even like sharing makeup. Like when I was growing up, like I couldn't ever share makeup with my friends because none of my friends had this complexion. I think it made me kind of learn a little bit more about myself, about where I came from, and I took a lot more interest into my culture, I guess. So essentially, I guess what I'm saying is embrace it, because it is a part of who you are and there's beauty in that. And I think actually looking up or like finding other people that might look like you or be a similar race to you or something like that really can help too, because then you kind of feel like a certain camaraderie and you go through similar battles or thoughts and stuff. So yeah, that would probably be my 2 tips for you. Anyways guys, I hope you liked this little tag video. I know tag videos probably aren't like the coolest thing to do on YouTube anymore, but I have to say I started this channel for like a creative outlet for myself, and who knows, maybe I'll have kids one day that get to look back at this and kind of see where my thoughts were about the subject. So yeah. Anyways, if you like this video, I would love if you hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed already to find out what next video I'm putting out next when it comes out, then you're gonna want to hit that subscribe button as well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.